Okay, in this screencast, I'd like to talk to you about how you're going to be doing some calculations of the total amount of revenue that's being brought in by each of the restaurants that you're doing for the food court project. And if we look at the top of the screen here, we do have a couple of charts. The first chart is demand for the entrees at Oak Grove High School. And what's happened is there's already been a survey done, and it's been determined how many people would be demanding each of the different foods at different prices. And as you'll notice, there's a lot of zeros in some areas, and there's other places where you actually do have someone demanding something. And even if you have one person willing and able to purchase that item, you're going to have what basically be demand. If you scroll on down, you'll know at the highest price, there's fewer people who demand the product. And as you move down to the lowest of possible prices, you'll see more people demanding the product itself. Remember, if we go back to economics, this is going to be the price effect. People demand more at a lower price and less at a higher price. So what we're going to do then is a little bit of math and figure out how much money is being generated. So for instance, if I'm looking at, say, the meat tacos at Taco Villa, and I see that there's 10 people that would be demanding tacos at $4, in my mind, I would know that 4 times 10 is $40. And what I want to do now is some formulas to help calculate things out. So I'll show you how this gets set up. I'll scroll on down to the bottom part of the screen, go to Taco Villa, and I'm going to start making a formula. And to start a formula, remember, I'll type in an equal sign. It's going to be equal to, scrolling on up, the number of people who demand tacos at Taco Villa times the price. So price times quantity will equal revenue. And when I hit enter, I see $0. Okay, that makes sense. What I can do now is I can actually take my cursor and cheat a little bit or make the math easier. And you notice this little square in the corner. If I click and hold, it turns into a plus sign. What I can do now is I can drag on down, and I'll start actually calculating out the prices for me. Let me get it down to maybe a couple more. Here we go. So remember, I did a quick check. I saw that 10 people would demand tacos at $4, and 20 would demand it at $3.50. Well, 10 times 4 is 40, and 3.5 times 20 is going to be $70. And see the numbers add up. So that's pretty cool. What I can do now is the same thing. I can go ahead and equals, for the Wildcats Den, I can go up to the top price and multiply it by the price. And when I do that, I'll get this price, okay, or the amount of revenue being brought in. I can go ahead and drag it on down and fill in the numbers. What I'd like you to do right now is go ahead and for each of the 12 restaurants, type in your initial formula and then copy it on down all the way to the bottom so that way you can see everything. I'd recommend that you get out a calculator and just spot check a couple to make sure the math's looking okay, but that's how you would go ahead and calculate out your total revenue. Thanks for watching.